Hello everybody, welcome to Exploring with Cindy and Dan. Today we are in Juneau, the capital of Alaska, and we arrived here with the Discovery Princess, so please join us in this adventure. Seeing this beautiful full rainbow in Juneau was amazing. We arrived here at the perfect time of the day. We are doing a 7-day inside passage cruise to Alaska with the Discovery Princess, and today is day 3 with our first port of call in Juneau. We arrived at around 12:15 p.m. and passengers were able to go ashore just before 1. And the all aboard was at 8:30 p.m. Juneau was founded as a gold mining camp in 1880. It became the Alaska Territorial Capital in 1900. Like Ketchikan, Juneau is only accessible by air or by water. Tlingit natives first populated the area thousands of years after discovering abundant salmon in the waters. Modern settlement did not develop until the late 19th century. It was a peaceful settlement until gold rush fever swept the nation and an enterprising mining engineer named George Pills offered a reward to any native who could produce gold. The Tlingit chief Cowie presented a big nugget of gold to Pills and his partner Richard Harris and Joseph Juneau. Harris initially named the area Harrisburg, but locals changed the name to reflect their partnership with Joe Juneau. Established as Alaska capital in 1906, Juneau is the largest state capital by land area and the only one that borders a foreign country. By the end of World War II, more than $150 million in gold had been mined, but these mines eventually had to close. Around 33,000 people live in Juneau. Today, Juneau is famous not only for gold and government, but also for its breathtaking beautiful glaciers and stunning views of waters and mountains. Juneau is located in the southeast area of Alaska, 900 air miles north of Seattle and 600 air miles southeast of Anchorage. It is approximately 3,081 square miles and the only state capital in the U.S. with no road access. Juneau is not very cold. The average summer days are in the 60s, with many days reaching 70s and low 80s, and the average annual precipitation is 86.1 inches. If you look at the video, I'm reaching for a coupon book. You should get one of these booklets because there are a lot of coupons to be used in Juneau, Ketchikan, and Skagway. You will find coupons for free shopping bags or hats and shirts deals very cheap. 4 for $10 chocolate, a hulu knife for just $7, or smoked salmon for $8. So grab one coupon book on your first port of call. For passengers who are doing the Princess Excursions, they will meet at a specific location for each shore excursion departure. So always look at your ticket for the correct place and time. Taxis are located pierside and always confirm your fare with the driver before leaving. Juneau has a variety of souvenirs in local gift shops and general merchandise in the downtown area. If you need to go to a bank, you can find First National Bank, Wells Fargo, and Key Bank. Discovery Princess parked a few blocks away from downtown, but it is an easy walk to the main areas in downtown. There are 2 visitors information centers in the downtown area. The main visitor information center is the Cruise Ship Terminal Visitor Information Center located at 470 South Franklin Street, and the second location is the Marine Park Kiosk at 292 Marine Way. This is the Mount Roberts Tramway, where you can take a 5-minute tram ride to the top of Mount Roberts for a panoramic vantage point of 1,800 feet above the city. The mountaintop attractions include trails, shops, and nature displays. Our naturalist said that once you get to the top, the temperature of the top of the mountain is at least 5 degrees cooler. Here in Alaska, the wilderness and wildlife come into the port towns. For instance, in Juneau, when you are walking into town, look up check the trees above the sidewalk, or look at the top of the buildings near the harbor water. You might see bald eagles or even blackbirds in downtown area. The best points of interest in Juneau with the Princess excursions are, for example, the Mendenhall Glacier. It is a glacier 12 miles long and half a mile wide, and it is 300 to 1,800 feet deep. This glacier has been slowly retreating since the mid-1700s. This glacier is just 12 miles from downtown Juneau, and visitors can also reach it by bus, taxi, or the Princess Excursion tour bus. A couple of years ago, Dan and I were picked up by a friend who has been living in Juneau for a long time, and she brought us to the Mendenhall Visitor Center, and we were able to see the glacier. Back in 2000, Dan used to fly the tour helicopters by one of the companies here in Juneau, and he would land on the top of the glacier, and he said it was absolutely amazing. Whale watching is another Princess excursion where you always see humpback whales or even killer whales. The orcas or killer whales are common sightings in Juneau. Another point of interest with Princess Cruise is the glacier flight scene. It is an awesome excursion. You will fly over the massive Juneau ice field and get a front row seat to the Mendenhall Glacier. You can see spectacular ice falls that are accessible only from the air. A great short excursion is the Mendenhall Glacier and Whale Quest excursion. This excursion was one of the passengers' favorite. Dog sledding is where you can meet the professional mushers and their amazing dog companions, and you can visit the summertime training grounds for a ride in a wheel sled. After you finish with your excursion in Juneau, you have time to do a self-guided walking tour in the pier area and visit some of the favorite locations like the Red Dog Saloon. You can stop there for a microbrew or try some of the restaurants in Juneau. Now I will give you a list of most of the Princess Cruise excursion here in Juneau. The excursion 100 is the Mendenhall Glacier Explorer. You will embark on a 3-hour excursion offering the most time at Juneau's marquee attraction, the famous Mendenhall Glacier, which includes entry to the Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center. No visit to Juneau is complete without a close-up to the glacier, Alaska's most famous and most visited glacier. Like I said before, it's just located 12 miles from downtown, and it is protected as part of the 1,815-acre Mendenhall Glacier Recreation Area. Excursion 105, Mendenhall Glacier and Tram. You can get ready to set your sights and camera on the magnificent landmarks that helps define Juneau. A visit to the Mendenhall Glacier provides plenty memorable photos when you go along the scenic trails. You will also enjoy a photo opportunity with a train ride up 1,800 feet to the famous Mount Roberts. Excursion 120 is the Mendenhall Glacier, Salmon Hatchery and Salmon Bake. You will experience the best of Juneau, from the Mendenhall Glacier, the Salmon Hatchery, to a Salmon Bake on this 4-hour tour that combines two of Juneau's most popular attractions with an awesome meal. Excursion 140 is the Juneau Tram on your own. You will soar to the new heights on a scenic journey aboard the Juneau Gold Belt Tram and experience the best of Southeast Alaska. You can enjoy panoramic views of the Chilkoot Mountains, Douglas Island, and downtown Juneau as you glide up to 1,800 feet up on the side of Mount Roberts to the mountaintop attraction. Excursion 300 is the Alaska Salmon Bake. You will enjoy an original outdoor salmon bake with Wild Alaska Saloon grill over an open alderwood flame, situated in the rainforest. Dine with live entertainment, and you can participate in activities including gold panning, roasting marshmallows, and getting a picture taking of a life-size Gold Rush mural. It is a 1.5-hour excursion. Excursion 325 is the Juneau Highlights, Glacier Gardens, and Whale Park. You will explore Over Street Whale Park to see the life-size breaching whale statue and enjoy views of the Gastineau Channel and admire the totem poles along the waterfront seawalk. Next, you will admire the Glacier Gardens rainforest, nested with the Tonga National Forest. Excursion 340 is the underground mine exploration and gold panning. Here is your chance to relive some of the Juneau's rich gold mining history and enjoy the atmosphere of mining in Alaska. You will see the technology that revolutionized the mining industry and go underground and see how the different equipment works, and maybe you will strike some gold. Excursion 355 is the gold panning adventure and Alaskan salmon bake. This is a gold panning adventure where you will catch the gold fever and where gold is guaranteed. You will walk in the footsteps of Joe Juneau, whose strike of gold set off the Alaska Gold Rush 130 years ago. Excursion 360 is the Alpine Meadow Trail Segway ride. You will hop onto a Segway and sightsee as you roll through the amazing scenery along the Alpine Meadow Trail. Excursion 375 is the Treadwell Living History Walk of Alaska Lost Mine. This historic town and mine come to life as you walk through time from the discovery of gold in 1880 to the tragic cave-in of the mine in 1917 on a unique guided tour using AR, augmented reality software. Excursion 400 is the Alaska Zipline Adventure and axe throwing. You will glide from tree to tree over multiple zip lines through the forest, and once your tour is complete, you will embrace your inner lumberjack and try your hand at axe throwing. Excursion 440 is the Dog Sled Summer Camp. Learn what it takes to be a musher in the Great Iditarod Dog Sled Race with a trip to a dog sled camp. You will see a replica of the Iditarod Race checkpoint and enjoy a thrilling ride behind a team of highly trained Alaskan Huskies. Excursion 445 is the Sled Dog Discovery and Mushers Camp. This is a thrilling sled ride pulled by genuine sled dogs that compete in Alaska's winter sporting events. Excursion 450 is the Bike and Tram Elevation Sensation. This is a bicycle tour over a paved road, and you will descend 1,200 feet through the Tongass National Forest. Excursion 550 is the Salmon Sport Fishing Adventure. This is a 5-hour small group boating adventure in an enclosed luxury vessel with a party of no more than 6 people. Excursion 610 is whale watching and wildlife. You will experience Southeast Alaska's incredible scenery and Alaskan hospitality on this wildlife excursion with a whale sighting guarantee. You may also see harbor seals, sea lions, humpback whales, and killer whales. Excursion 630 is the Mendenhall Glacier and Whale Quest. This is a combination of the two attractions, the Mendenhall Glacier and a wildlife cruise. A whale sightseeing is guaranteed on this cruise. Excursion 680 is the Sentinel Island Lighthouse and Whale Watching Cruise. This is a unique whale watching cruise experience for the search of humpback whales and other marine life, and includes a stop at the iconic Sentinel Island Lighthouse. Excursion 760 is the Mendenhall Glacier Native Canoe Adventure. On this tour, you will travel by canoe and venture within yards of the glacier. Excursion 775 is the Mendenhall Glacier Kayak and Salmon Bake. You will experience both attractions in this tour. Excursion 780 is the Mendenhall Glacier Paddle and Trek. This is a 5.5-hour tour. After a canoe paddle across the waters, you will make landfall and hike towards the Mendenhall Glacier's edge. Excursion 800 is the 5 Glacier Seaplane Exploration. This is a floatplane flight scene tour that encompasses 5 different glaciers of the spectacular Juneau icefield. This flight will take you over the deep crevasses and ashore meltwater pools of the Norris, Taku, hole in the wall and the east and west twin glaciers. Excursion 810 is the Mendenhall Glacier helicopter and guided walk. This is an amazing tour. You will be able to step out of the helicopter and walk on top of the frozen blue river of ice of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I will strongly suggest this tour for you. You won't be disappointed. Excursion 815 is the Mendenhall Glacier helicopter guided walk and salmon bake. This tour includes all these 3 attractions. Excursion 825 is the Pilot's Choice Ice Age exploration with 2 landings. This is a tour customized by the pilot, and he or she will do 2 different landings among the 36 named glaciers. Excursion 850 is the Helicopter Glacier Walkabout. A helicopter will take you over the rainforest and stunning granite peaks that surrounds the Juneau icefield, and then you will do a 1-hour glacier walk with a professional guide, and he will provide you with detailed explanations of the glacier environments and allow plenty of time for you to take some photos. Excursion 900 is a private jeep tour with a driver. This is a 4-passenger tour experience with a personal guide and driver, and you can create a custom adventure of your own in this tour. And the last excursion that Princess Cruise offers is Excursion 915. It's an all-inclusive luxury whale watch by yacht. This is an exclusive and luxurious whale watching adventure and a 5-star service on a luxury yacht. If you are an adventure seeker, Juneau has a lot of excursions for you. You will probably like to do the Juneau and dog sledding on the Mendenhall Glacier by helicopter. And for the nature lovers, a great excursion will be the Alaska's Whales and Mendenhall Glacier Trail. If you are looking for food adventures in Juneau, you could do the Juneau Foodie Walking Tour. And let's not forget the History Aficionados. The Gold Panning Adventure and Alaskan Salmon Bake will be great for you if you are here in Juneau. So it doesn't matter if you are young or old, a nature lover or an adventurer, there is always an excursion especially for you and your family. Juneau is home to Heritage Coffee, an international award-winning roaster, and also the Alaskan Brewing Company, one of America's most decorated craft breweries. If you are wondering how many hours of daylight they really have in Alaska, I can tell you that on June 21st, the longest day of the year, the sun shines on Juneau for 18 hours and 18 minutes. And on December 21st, the shortest day of the year, there are only 6 hours and 21 minutes of daylight. While visiting Juneau, don't forget to stop by the famous Red Dog Saloon for a local microbrew. And if you look closely, you will see Wyatt Earp's gun hanging right over the bar. This is Tracy's King Crab Shack. It is another place that our naturalist suggested to visit while in Juneau, and he said that we should try the king crab legs. You can eat the biggest crab legs in town. Each king crab leg could be as long as your arm. King Crab Shack was born out of a dream to give people the ultimate Alaskan experience. This is a fun store. It is called Del Sol. Everything in this store changes color with the sun. We bought many t-shirts, shopping bags, hair clips, and nail polish here at Del Sol. You will also find this store in Ketchikan. The medallion pay system, which is your medallion from Princess Cruise, can be used at many merchants including souvenir and jewelry stores in ports of call in Alaska, and you will receive a 7% back on shoreside purchases as an onboard ship credit. This is the end of our video and we hope you liked it. Please subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on so you'll know when we'll have our next video of another port of call in Alaska, including the city of Ketchikan, Skagway, Victoria in British Columbia in Canada, and Glacier Bay National Park. Thank you so much.